Ash from Super Videos, back for another suggested video. This is going to be a suggested video related to Season 9 of The Walking Dead. The suggested video comes from NovaJinx75, and what he suggested was to do a video comparing Alpha and Michonne. Now, for non-comic readers, of course you know who Michonne is, but Alpha is the main leader of the new villains or the new enemy group that we're introduced to, who are the Whisperers. And the reason why we're comparing them is because both of them are female. So Alpha is actually a female leader, and Michonne at this point, it seems, is the female leader of Alexandria after Rick disappeared or quote-unquote died on the show. Now, both of these are strong female fighters and leaders. Of course, one of these two is a way better leader than the other, and I don't think it's a secret that it's Michonne, and Alpha is not really the best leader to have, but they're both very strong female fighters, but with extremely opposite views and beliefs. 3 ways in which you could actually describe Michonne, or 3 words to describe Michonne, is family, law or order, or law and order, however you want to look at it, and community. These are 3 kind of words that you can describe Michonne. But for Alpha, 3 ways you can describe her is rules. She's all about rules. Survival of the fittest. She stands by that belief, and that's the core of who the Whisperers are. And 3rd one is embrace the new world. So basically, embrace the apocalypse. We see that obviously because they live amongst the walkers and they skin the walkers, they wear the faces to look like them, to blend in with them, to be them in a way. So these are ways that you could describe each of these. Again, they have extremely different views, even though they have some similarities. But going into more detail, let's go with Michonne first. So there's different kind of characteristics that I'm going to talk about. First is bond with family. So for Michonne, her bond with family seems very real, very raw, and she's pretty much very protective of those that she loves. Rick was definitely one person she was very protective of and she loved very much. Judith, RJ, all of these characters, even characters that are not really her family, but they're very close friends, and in an apocalyptic world, they're like her family. She's very protective of them. On the other side, for Alpha, the bond she has with her family, specifically her blood family, it's very artificial. It seems like it's forced. It seems fake in a way. But at the same time, at the end of the day, she's still very protective of her close family, even though it is very artificial and very forced in a way. But she's still very protective of those that she describes as her family. Next characteristic that I'm going to look at is mental stability. For Michonne, she's definitely been at both ends. She's been unstable, but at times she's been the voice of reason, the voice of wisdom, and she's been the stable person. But for Michonne, I think the way to describe her mental stability is that she's unstable at times, but never out of touch with reality. So she always finds a way to come back to reality and come back to her senses and go back to her roots in a way. For Alpha, though, she's a savage and she's definitely very unstable, but she's unstable with a purpose. So she's a savage, and what we describe as her being unstable, in her opinions, it's what she needs to do, and it's what the new world demands you to do to survive and to be alive. So for her, I would say she always does things with purpose. And even at times where we say or we think that she's unstable, she does everything with a purpose. Next characteristic is their leadership. So for Michonne, I would say she's definitely not a follower, but she doesn't always want people to follow her either. So she's open to leading, but she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't want to lead people, but she will lead if she has to. On the other hand, for Alpha, I feel like she craves leadership and she enjoys her power. And in a way, she uses her power for her own benefits, and she's never fair to everyone in her community. On the other hand, Michonne definitely tries to be fair to everyone, even if she doesn't agree with someone, or if she's hesitant about letting people come to her community or accepting people as one of her own family members in a way, but she's still fair to them regardless. Next characteristic is their moral code and their humanity in a way, their morality. For Michonne, she definitely has humanity in her still. She still has her moral code. She will do anything for her family and for those that are close to her and her friends, and she definitely does punish those that hurt them. But at the same time, she puts law and order above vengeance. And at most times, she sees no necessity to kill someone if they don't need to be killed. And they are not doing anything to put them in danger. But for Alpha on the other side, like I said before, she's a savage. She has no moral code. She has no humanity in her. And like I said before, the key belief that she has is the survival of the fittest. In this apocalyptic world, you either survive or you die, and you can do anything to survive. You are open to, and you are rewarded even at times for doing what you can to survive, for doing whatever it takes to survive, and doing whatever you desire, whether that's right or wrong, with the standards that we have in today's world. Not the apocalypse, but in today's world. And I'm trying to stay away from comic spoilers as much as possible. But for Alpha, it's anything goes. You know, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want as long as you follow me. You do what I tell you, and you do whatever you can to survive. But that's basically everything that I wanted to share. This was the comparison between Michonne and Alpha. Again, as you kind of see with this, there's definitely a lot of differences, but there are some similarities between them. But at the end of the day, this was definitely a good suggested video by NovaJinx75. It's definitely open for discussion. I definitely want to hear your opinions about this as well. How would you compare Michonne and Alpha? Of course, we know one is bad, one is good, but how would you kind of define who they are as a character? That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads. Like and follow the Facebook page of this channel to join our community, and check out the upload schedule to learn more about daily uploads.